Hey, well, welcome everybody. And we are excited to be here, but we want to do something a little bit different on this morning's huddle compared to what we typically do. Because we want to be sharing a few things. We really want to kind of share with you guys what's working and what people have been doing and share some successes. And so I'll comment now on Jennifer about our video yesterday. And I know Ruth can chime in because she's had a lot happening. And one of the things when Ruth and I have been evaluating, because we've been having like record numbers of people reaching out to us, and we've just decided it's just because we're all over, right? We're all over just doing stuff. And it doesn't even have to be, I mean, obviously you want to be having good content as well, but sometimes it doesn't always need to be so perfectly planned. So yesterday's video, I got a message from Shelly at headquarters saying, hey, are you in Phoenix right now? And I said, yes. And she said, can you swing by the office? I want to give you the masks so you can go live with them when the sale starts today. And I'm like, oh, okay. So Lindsay and I ran up, we picked them up, and then I dropped her at school. And then after school, I said, all right, let's go. You can help me do these masks. And all I knew is I'm like, well, it'd be easier to do if I'm not putting it on my face. So I had her come in with me in the bathroom. But as you saw, I literally just read from the sheet. And we didn't tell, we told about some of the benefits. It honestly could have been done way better had we put a little more planning into it. But it wasn't about that. It was really just about getting on and sharing and having fun with it. And we got a lot of comments on it, right? A lot of comments. And now people are going, okay, well, what's a superfood mask? So without us saying anything about Seacret or anything like that. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, but I wanted to share with you that it really just is about getting out there and sharing some stuff and then sharing the benefits to people on that. And we're going to have a couple people speak here today, but I was going to have Ruth chime in too, because she's got a lot of stuff that has been happening this week too with what she's been doing. And so I want her to kind of share some of those successes with you guys as well.
Yeah, guys, so I started attraction marketing with the fundamental belief that all I needed to do was be on my Facebook business page and give a valuable video with some tips. Okay, that was a great start, but being on social media is really it's more about being seen than just giving valuable tips. Yes, you've got to give value, but you also have to be seen, right? So, getting out there on your stories, getting out there live, not having to be perfect. Like my video this morning, I literally spent 2 minutes preparing for it because I was literally making my shake this morning and I thought, okay, I'm just going to go live. And I don't know the ingredients and the products well. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know any of this. All I know is that I watched Mazzafer's presentation enough to hear his words and kind of mimic the way he talks about our nutrition system, but make it mine, right? So it's just about getting seen. The more we're seen, the more we attract, right? The more questions we'll get, the more people are going to ask us, what is it that you're doing? What is that product? What is your business? How do you get to visit with your daughter for an entire day and not work? Like, it's all those things. So each of you, and I know this because I've seen many, many of your whys, your dreams, your goals. If you are allowing fear to hold you back from being seen, I need you to go back and read those goals. Because some of you, your goals are like, I want to retire my husband because he works too hard. He deserves it. I want to send my kids to college and pay for it because I didn't have that in my life, right? And I want to do that for them. But if you're sitting back going, I can't share about, this because I don't know everything and someone might judge me, then go back and revisit your dream because I guarantee you it's going to be more important than some person out there who you think is judging you, who really probably isn't even watching you. So please get out there, okay? Do stories, do lives. It doesn't have to be perfect. Talk about what you're passionate about, and you'll start to attract more and more people.
Hey, Ruth, I think Whitney's waiting to get in.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, to add to that, guys, I just want to share a couple things. One thing, for instance, I have all my goals written down as well. And I have them on a board right in front of me. I see them all day long while I'm doing presentations. And I've got them in other places too. I've taken a picture of them. I've printed that picture. It's on the visor in my car. So every time, and it's always sunny here, so my visor's down a lot, right? Every time it's down, if I look up at all, first thing I see are my goals. Or every time I look up to put it down, I see my goals. I've got them on, some of you saw the mirror in the bathroom. I've got a lot of my goals written on the mirror in my bathroom. So every morning when I'm getting ready, I'm reading those goals out loud. Because like you said, oh yeah, thanks Whitney. Yeah, I saw Brittany just saw that too. You know, if your goal is big enough, you're not going to let the other stuff get in your way. And I know she's not on here this morning, but a lot of you know Michelle Momini. And I don't know, some of you I know saw her post last night. And she's gone through a lot over the last 6 years, and she shared a lot of that in the post. But she just kind of drew a line in the sand over the last couple of days and said enough is enough, because she's one of those people who keeps trying to get started, but keeps having friends shut her down. And I don't know what is, she's the nicest person in the world, but I will tell you, she's got some of the worst friends in her life when it comes to supporting her in her business. And she kind of called him out in that post, because as she's tried to do stuff before for her cause that she's had, people reach out and tell her that she's doing stuff for her own gain, and then they'll go support somebody else. Like, they're really crappy people. But I love how she really has found a way between Seacret and her yoga now to put it together to have that bigger mission. And I love that and now she's so clear on everything that she wants. I know nothing's going to stop her. And that's, you know, why we talk so much about what is it that you're working towards, because when you can come crystal clear on what it is you're working for, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to go out and really share and not care about what other people think. Her last name, Genevieve, is Momeny. So I'll type it in the thing. But all of that starts with what Ruth was saying. You know, we all got started on our business pages, and if you haven't got a business page, it's okay. You can still get started on your personal profile as well, doing the same things, providing value. But then it also is going to take other activities, because you have to find a way to get more eyes on your content, right? You've got to get more eyes. And that is one thing that Ruth and I have been doing through our coaching, through other things that we've done. We've got a lot more network marketers who follow us now, not only on our business pages, but on our personal profiles. And I know a lot of you are working on this, but I wanted to have a few people share some of their stories today, because we've had some of you who have come in and have been really, really consistent. You might not have been the one who rank advanced the fastest, but now with what you've got going, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's all starting to come together, and the consistency is what is bringing it together. So I want to have, let's see, I know we got Jennifer on, we've got Whitney on. Whitney, I see your face, so I'm gonna call on you first.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing some of what you've been doing over the last several months? Well, first of all, since you've been really building online, but then since the last several months you've been here with Seacret, and then what now is happening in your business?
Sure. Well, I started network marketing 2 years ago, and like most of us, started it incorrectly. So since I started building online, it was a total shift in the way that I was posting and the way that I was talking to people. And I think that's the biggest thing. Initially, I was talking to people, in my head, it was for my own game. But now, in my head, it is for helping other people. And just the fact that I know and have like full confidence that when someone comes onto our team, if they put in the work, they're going to do well. That confidence to me makes all the difference in the world when I'm talking to people or when I'm posting things. So the biggest things that I've been doing since I joined Seacret was being consistent with my posting at least once every day on all of my platforms, mixing it up a little bit just so people don't get tired of one topic or another. Not talking about my company or my products in particular, making it more broad, but yet very relatable to my audience in that particular place. I'm in a lot of groups and just starting relationships, talking to people, relating with people. That has been a big game changer that I never did before Seacret, for sure. I've made a lot of good friends that way, and it still just doesn't even feel like prospecting. It feels like I'm making friends, and those friends are curious about what I'm doing. So that's awesome.
And oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were done. Good. You got more.
Things started out kind of slow, but I have been consistent every single day. And now I'm starting to see that paying off.
And can you share how many people you've brought in over the last couple of weeks?
I've brought in, 9 since I joined Seacret in 3 months. And the last couple of weeks, 2 or 3. And then I've got a couple of others coming in like this week.
Yeah. So your numbers are picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And would you say that the first few people were some friends and people who you had already known a little more market, but now that you're really working the cold market, would you agree that your people,
they're more valuable?
Who you're attracting, or what'd you say?
I said they're more valuable, but they're more qualified.
Ah, perfect. That's exactly where I was going with it. Awesome. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, Whitney, because I know you've been so consistent and you are a great writer and you really do get a great message out there. But I've noticed, because I do get on all your 3 ways, that the people that you are attracting now are much higher qualified prospects. Because obviously we've spoke to quite a few who haven't come in, but honestly, they weren't people you wanted anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you.
That's so good, Whitney. And what I've really noticed is consistency. So being consistent won't build your business in a week or 2 weeks or a month, but being consistent month over month, you will start to see the traction happening. And the second thing I've noticed, Whitney, is that you're writing from the heart. You're just being you. You're being transparent. You're just writing what's in your heart. You're being vulnerable. And that's what people will gravitate to, right? So I love that. Really great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, she keeps bouncing around on my screen. The other person who I really wanted to have speak to is Jennifer Zisk. Jennifer has been with us for a little bit, and really, when she signed up with us, she 100% told us, guys, I'm not ready to get going yet, but I will be, but I want to hold my spot. And then once she got ready, once she was ready, she really started off same thing out of the gate, being extremely consistent with all her activity. And as you guys know, she does a lot in some groups because she did a whole training with you. But Jennifer, I wanted you to share, because your results over the last 30 to 60 days have also been very different than when you first came in as well. Can you share what you've been doing? Oh, I think you're muted.
Hi, I was muted, sorry. Yeah, I really haven't done much different from the training that I did, the workshop that we did for everybody. But what I'm doing is I'm going back and reconnecting, or bouncing back. Sorry, my pool guy just showed up, so my dog wants to say hi. But that's really what I've been doing, is I'm sitting in those groups, and because I made contact with everybody, and I'm friends with most of those people now because of the post and how I reacted with getting people into SMP, I've noticed that they haven't really engaged in SMP. And I'd go back and I'd look at the conversation, and they'd seen my message, but they didn't respond. So when they go and they post their product in those groups, I'm going back because it gives me a reason, one, to remember them, and it gives me a reason to say, how are you doing in your business? Is what you're doing working? And they're like, no, you know what, I've been busy. I haven't had time. And I'm like, I know, but you told me you were struggling. So don't you want to end that struggle? Oh yeah, I guess maybe I should make time to see the training. Yeah. So I have a lot of people, hopefully that they will join in today, because I, was messaging quite a few people in the past week. And and this has kind of been my procedure though. Over the last week, I haven't had time to make another post to start new conversations. So I wanted to work with the people that are already there to make sure that they go and they watch the training. And I figure just kind of reconnect and get them re-engaged. And I think that, you also realize some of the tire kickers, one of the ones that aren't serious or that aren't ever going to change their way. It's the way their people say they, like, this is how you should build your business. So yeah, and then I've had some things change in my world that are making me really question the path that I was on. So I really need to focus more of my energy here. So I've been trying to be very consistent with making sure I do my Facebook Lives and making sure that I do posts, and I've been just trying to just stay in contact with people. So.
And you've been getting Ruth and I on calls left and right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and bringing new people in who are
Trying.
doing this. So you are though, but you are. So.
And trying to absorb how you guys do it so that I can, so that I can duplicate the same thing.
Yeah, but I love it because you're out there, you're providing value to people, you're giving them a better place to go look to get some resources. And the biggest thing is you're continuing to follow up and staying connected, tagging them in our trainings, and everything you're doing is working. So awesome job.
Thank you.
And I love the word you used, Jennifer, is relationship, continuing the relationship, because we really are in a relationship business. And sometimes when we talk about attraction marketing and we've been taught that all this automation and all these wonderful things can happen, bottom line, people join people, right? So when we continue that relationship, that's when it really comes together. And that's exactly what you did, Jennifer. Like, amazing job with the follow-up and caring about people. Yeah. Like seeing people stuck and going, hey, being bold enough to say, are you willing to stay stuck? Or, do you want to keep doing this, taking your valuable time and doing the same thing over and over again that's not working anyway? So love that. That's awesome.
The other thing I will say that I did, and I've really kind of very, very similar to what Trisha was talking about. I started manifesting, and I wrote it in a note, and I read it to myself every single night. And it's what I wake up to and what I go to sleep with. And it's just those thoughts or things that really does transform into your world. And I watched your corner office where you were talking about manifesting too. And I was like, yeah, I need to start working on that and getting the negative thoughts that I don't deserve this, or that it'll never happen, or that it won't work, and just really kind of getting rid of that. And I wrote down all the things and I burned it. So I've used a lot of the trainings you guys have done. Awesome. Like, get rid of all that negativity that's in your brain. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my world, and kind of like Michelle, like I read her post too last night. I was like, yeah, when you have enough is enough, and you're finally like, I'm done with that. Like, no, I deserve it. I want more, and I'm going to get more. And then it opens up. So
I'm so glad you're at that point, Jennifer, and thank you for sharing that, because I think that is such a huge breakthrough for you, for Michelle. Like, it's just when you can have that breakthrough, and then you can continue to just feed your mind those positive things that you want, those goals you want, those dreams you have, those manifestations that you're doing, everything changes. And when it changes, it shows in everything that you do, which just attracts more and more people to you. So excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So those are just a couple of stories of people who we're kind of picking on because we've had a lot of conversations with. But guys, you're out there every day. Do any of you have some wins or some really cool things that you want to share that's going on in your business that maybe we're not aware of?
I just did my first morning wake-up call this morning, and it's really funny because it was a lot about getting rid of negative thoughts and stuff. So it was kind of cool. I did that, and then I came into this group and was listening to this. So very good.
Awesome. Yeah. How did it feel to do your first wake-up call?
It was good. It was good. Still working on technology. Didn't figure out how to turn the image around, so all the way backwards. but it's a technology thing. One day I'll be better than that.
All good. It's better to do than to procrastinate. It's a really great job.
All right. Anybody else? Does anybody else that sound weird?
Yeah, I don't know why. We're getting
So
low.
vibrating or something.
Is that better?
Okay, that's better. Brittany, did you have something you want to say? Because you popped on when I had said, does anybody else want to share? I wasn't sure if you had something.
Yeah, so I actually just started posting in a couple groups that I'm in and have gotten a lot of engagement through those. And even just talking to people in, Messenger and trying to figure out like kind of what their big goals are. Sometimes it's like not totally in alignment of like what we're doing here. But it's still, our trainings are so helpful for people even doing their own thing on the side, or just wanting to get recognized on social media. And so it's like planting seeds, like it's very much like having the conversation, building a relationship, planting seeds. And then I know one day somebody's going to look to me and be like, hey, I want to work with you. I want to be on your team, or, I want to be part of your community. So even just adding people into the SMP group has been super helpful. Just planting those seeds,
It's interesting you talk about the planting the seeds. Over the last couple of weeks, Ruth and I have had several people who've reached out to us that when we got on and talked with them, we're like, so how did we connect? And they're like, we came in through an ad of yours months ago. We've just been sitting back and watching. Happened to see an email the other day and thought we'd hop on. And we had this happen like twice in one day. Was it, Ruth?
Yeah.
And we're just like, okay, that's weird. And these were people who never commented on our posts, who never liked any of our posts. We had no idea they were even watching us in any way. So you never know. And that's another reason why being consistent with your message and being consistent with showing up is so important, because there are so many people watching that we have no idea are even watching.
And
Totally.
that's so bang on, Trish, is the consistency and showing up with energy like you're having fun, because it is fun. When you can actually help people, it's fun. And just on that note, it's so funny. So the lady who just joined us, she's not on, she's at work right now. My friend Jody, we worked together years ago, like 15, 20 years ago. I had no idea she was following me. And I tried to prospect her into my very first business. She said, no way, I would never do that. And she reached out this week and said, okay, I'm done with this corporate stuff. I got a great job. I got to get out of the grind. I want what you have. I've been watching you for years. So you never know when people are going to shift. People's lives change. They want to do something different. You never know who's watching you. So show up for them.
Absolutely. Is there anyone else who has anything they want to share?
I had a girl similarly the other day message me and she just said, I just want to let you know that I've been watching. I'm interested. I'm not ready to commit.
Uh-oh, Whitney, I think we lost you.
We lost Whitney.
Sorry, I think I went through a weird spot. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can't see
Okay.
you, but I can hear you.
Sorry. A girl reached out to me on Instagram and told me that she had been watching me. She wasn't ready to commit to anything, but she was happy for what I was doing. That felt good.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it, love it, love it. That is so good. And again, she's somebody who probably will, continue to watch you. And then when she's ready, she'll be reaching out again. That's so awesome. So, all right. So anybody else who wants to share anything? All right, well, I think we're at 9 o'clock anyway, so that's perfect. And well, guys, hopefully this was helpful. We wanted to really just kind of share some wins with you, and so you guys could hear, as you're seeing some of these people bring in people, just know that it's taken work on their part too. It's taking consistency on their part. It's not that things are just happening. It's they're out there doing the work, and we wanted you guys to hear some of the stories so you could know what you're doing is the right thing. And just to keep moving forward, because it will all start to fall into place. And it's one of those things where if you think about a dam, right, you've got this, it's this big wall holding back all this water, But right now what you're doing is you're filling that pool. And as that water is starting to rise, that dam's only going to be able to hold it back so long, and then it's all just going to start spilling over the top. And that's exactly what's going to happen with your business. So just keep doing what you're doing. And we're really excited for all of you, because I know you guys are showing up every day. You are doing the right activities, and we just can't wait to be celebrating you.
Awesome, guys. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock.
Yep, see you in an hour. Bye for now.